How, do you sleep more or do you record more?
I know it recorded me, but that other word, it sounded like a long as a word that I don't. That's a different language. Now, Brett, don't be switching it up on yourself. Something about some sleep or something like that. That's a different. That is a totally different
So,
language for me, brother. Not
so,
Brett.
so, so when I asked Mac, I want to live with Wayne. I want to spend a week or two with Wayne. He's like, you're fucking nuts. You're nuts. Why is that the case? What am I
He would
going to
probably
see?
he probably mean that because of the way I work, Brett. So let's take it. So okay, let's think about it. My 2 days ago, what I've done. Um, right now, I've been working on I Am Not a Human Being. So I did two songs just within my last 2 days. I did two songs on I Am Not a Human Being. My next solo album, I Am Not a Human Being 3. We about to put out the second half of No Ceilings 3. I think they about to put that out tomorrow or something like that. So I'm never finished working, so I snuck in a new one on there. And so I did that's two things. And also I had Ferg came ASAP Ferg came through the studio. We was kicking it. He did a joint with me. Also, I'm working with Rich the Kid. Me and Rich did like two joints. And then after all that, I went to skate under the bridge at Lot 11. We had that book from midnight to 5 a.m. I was trying to do a board to bank and I didn't land it. And so therefore I went back last night, and I didn't go back the night before, I mean the night after, because I tweaked my ankle, but then wifey iced it. So it felt better. So I went back last night. I landed the trick, and uh, everything I did after that was this. They just woke me up from off the couch and said, "Don't forget, you got to do the bamboo thing with Brett." So,
So I got so many questions based on that. So if you couldn't do music, what would you be doing?
so that would mean only. That would mean music wouldn't. That would have to mean music doesn't exist.
Correct.
That was only be the only way I came. So that would mean music doesn't. There's no. That would mean there would have to be no such thing as music. So I would mean the only the thing I would be doing is you called it earlier, teaching, man. Be teaching, man.
Let's take Nicki and Drake as an example. Do you get
Okay.
just as good a feeling helping somebody? Because think about it. Think about those two and your footprint. Does it feel just as good as your own music?
Oh, probably better, Brett. Probably better to know that I have a part of what's going on with Nicki and Drake and anyone I've had Tiger, anyone I've had, you know what I mean? Someone that I know for a fact, we started from the bottom. I started from the ground. I helped them get to where they got, and I can only what it's like a seed you only have to water once and it never stop growing. So that's what I look at that as, and I just sit back and enjoy it. I enjoy the view. And yes, I do feel way better than I would feel about, because I am a perfectionist, Brett. So even the stuff that I present to the world, I still have my, like, oh, I should have said this, I should have did that. So with Nicki and with Dre and with anyone else that I've helped, there's no there's none of that. There's no, you should have said this or you should have. It's always that's perfect. That is a perfect picture you painted. And so yes, I feel a lot better about what I've done with them and what I've been able to do for them.
Do you want to find the next? Do you look forward to finding the next Nicki and Drake?
No, there's no such thing. I hate when
No,
people
but I mean,
ask me that.
but I
I
don't
hate
mean
when people
them.
ask me that. There's no
No, no,
such
no, no,
thing
no,
as the
no, no.
next Drake or next Nicki.
No, no. I don't mean that. I mean the next girl, male or female, that you can put your footprint on, and I was part of that. Or
Um,
is it
we
you can't just
we do that, So what happens is, um, I guess back then, Brett, when I did discover, Drake and Nicki, the game was different. Music was different. So what I mean by that is music, they came in during a time where, right before the whole social media popped off. And so they came in where it had everybody's attention, meaning it had everybody looking to see what is next, who is next. And, and then you got an option of, you got a choice to, okay, this is what's next. Do I like or do I, yay or nay? That's not what it is these days, Brett. Now it's 1,000 new things a day, you know, and you're an artist now. So with that, given that fact, unfortunately, given that fact, it's not, it's gonna be, you know, there's no, you got to be something, you got to be you got to be more than someone to become a Drake or a Nicki these days, because
So
it's gonna just
so
right when you think you Drake or you Nicki, they about to post something of a little 6-year-old saying something that's more popular than
correct.
your song, so it don't even matter no more.
Correct.
Yeah.
Are you happy? Are you happy that you're who you are, 10, 20 years ago versus coming out today?
Oh my God, bro. Uh, I am beyond elated that I am part of that culture, or that time, that era, whatever you want to call it. Call me whatever, triple OG, whatever you want to call it, and I am very proud of the fact that I come from when there was no such thing as, what I mean, there was no such thing as put this out. Let me see how many likes I got. Well, excuse me, what? No, you got to get your ass off your sofa, your couch, and go buy my shit. And so for me to know that I was able to make 1 million people do that in the first week every time I drop, thank God, that's way better
So
than knowing that. That's way better than knowing that I got a million likes and all of a sudden y'all call I done went platinum. No, stop. No. Make some real music to where someone would get out their bed, count their $15.99 and go walk their ass to a
correct.
store. And yeah, that's what I done, kids. Yeah, I done that.
You've done that, but
I done
do,
that.
do you reflect on that? The fact that you had to work that shit, like you just didn't put it on fucking SoundCloud, and Post Malone told me he put it on SoundCloud the next while he's
Exactly.
sleeping.
I just told you I say my little cousin puts out music. He used to send me music. Hey, go check my new song out, big cuz it's on SoundCloud. You my little cousin. What the hell is you talking about? You know what I mean? So exactly. That's how easy it is these days, bro.
So I'm curious, what was the moment back when you knew shit, someone recognizes me, someone knows who I am? When was that?
When I was 11 years old and I was rapping on the block. I was rapping on the block and you know, and back when I was rapping at school, I was rapping at school every day. And like I told you, I was forming a little circle at lunchtime. I mean, at lunchtime every day, I had the circle around me, everybody trying to hear, listen. That was fine. That was fine. But once I started doing it on the block, and ain't no kids around, and there's only the big homies, these men, and they come in and they act, they come here, youngin, come here, look, say that little rap you did yesterday. Let me hear that again. Let him hear that. That's when now I'm getting my real approval. That's when I walk off from that situation, I'm walking back to the house like, I'm feeling myself. I'm rapping it to myself again, and I'm like, wow, I just got such and such. And that's how I got to Cash Money, because one of the dudes from off the block was one of their artists. His name is Lil Slim. And so
Did you
when I went
did
to his
you
autograph signing, he introduced me to him.
did you know who Cash Money was at the time?
Cash Money was the biggest thing walking, and the biggest. There was no such thing as anything else as far as music in New Orleans. It was Cash Money and nothing else. Oh,
Had it
they had a rival called Big Boy Records. It was Cash Money Records, Big Boy Records. Nothing else mattered.
Was there anybody as young as you at that time?
No, 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 no. They had an artist named BG. When I was 11, he was about 14.
What was the next big break for you, you think?
Um, for me
Not
personally, my big
Yeah.
break for me personally was always me getting sick on I forget what tour it was, but it was a Hot Boys or a Juvenile tour. But me getting sick on that tour was my big break,
Why?
because I had to miss a few shows. And this was the kids back in the days. We used to have to download the whole show on this thing called a DAT. And therefore, you couldn't stop the show. You couldn't stop and say, hey, throw your fucking hands up. No, you couldn't do none of that. You just had to, once you press play, the show goes on. So whatever you got downloaded in that, you can't undownload it. You can't erase none of that. So with that said, I was sick and I had to miss a few shows, but my song still had to be performed every night because it was downloaded already in the shit. So therefore, Baby and them had to go on stage every night and say, "Hey, Lil Wayne's sick. He couldn't be here tonight, but we still gonna do his song for him. Y'all gotta sing this song for us." You know, they went into that thinking, let's go football wise. Let's think about a football. Let's go sports and think that you just lost a key player on the team. And before the game, they have to do it like this. It's not. It's gonna be terrible, but we got to do it just to get through it. It was the biggest. Said Lil Wayne couldn't be here tonight. He said, "Wayne, once I said that, I fucked the whole show up." And so he only did it. I think they only did it for like 3 to 4 nights. He had to literally adjust from saying Lil Wayne couldn't be here tonight because that would fuck the whole. He said he would literally see everybody like, "Oh, fuck the show." And so. What happened was, the reason why that was my big moment is because I didn't just come back once I got well. What happened was everybody knows the story if you're a Lil Wayne follower. Everybody knows Slim was like, "No, we're going to do it like this." And so therefore, every night after that, I went on stage with Baby saying, Lil Wayne couldn't be here tonight. The crowd going, "Oh." And he said, "But we still got to do his song for him. When the song come on, I'll run out there with no shirt. I'll do my song, Block Is Hot." Let me tell you guys, that was so far along, that was so far back that there was no such thing as the internet or social media. So therefore, we was able to do that every night in a different city. You couldn't do you couldn't do that today because obviously you're gonna post it and be like, "That nigga, there you go right there. That nigga ain't sick." So that's awesome.
So
and from that time, nigga, you couldn't even do that.
So to me, that means you had the power. You were Thor. You had it, right?
That's why I said that was the biggest moment. That's why I said that was the moment of my career, me getting sick on that damn tour. That was the Cash Money Rough Rider tour, too, now that I think about it.
So where do you think, for everybody who's listening, where is Lil Wayne's struggles? Where are the struggles?
The struggles, what'd you say?
Where are the Lil Wayne's struggles? Where did you struggle?
For me, I would say my as far as coming up through my career, my struggles probably would have been I mean, like on wood, thank God for me to have to think this hard about a damn struggle. What my struggles was my struggles with I'll probably say the biggest struggle I dealt with, Brett, truthfully, in my career was when I had my legal situation going on with Cash Money. That was my struggle. You know, other than that, man, I have been blessed to do what I love and to love what I do. So it's impossible for there to be any struggle. So that's why the biggest struggle would be for you putting a blockade on me and telling me that I can't do what I do and that's do what I love. And that's what was being done at that time. And so that was the biggest struggle.
To me, and I can't say I can relate, but I can say in the sense of I've been in a position where I couldn't launch a brand without somebody else saying okay. And it's the worst fucking feeling in the whole world.
Yeah, I already know.
It's the worst. So I can imagine.
It had me trying to figure out what else to do. What else can I do? What should I do?
But I can imagine you can go to the studio and record music, but if you can't put it out, what does that do?
Then I was doing that, Brett. That's what I was doing. I was going there recording. I was doing songs with people, and they knew. They was doing the songs knowing that this shit ain't never coming out.
So why'd you do it? To pass time? To hope that something's going to happen the next day?
I did it because they knew. They thought it wasn't never coming out. Oh, I knew my shit was going to get right. Oh, I knew it was going to come out.
How many songs do you think you have in the bank that's waiting to come out?
Brett, I record every single day of my life. Only time I don't record is when I've slept the day over. That's all because I've skated that whole day. Or we have something, job-wise to do, or I'm chilling with it's a holiday or the kids or something like that. But other than that, Brett, I record too much. So as far as when you ask that question, I'm going to answer it this way. I have a song from A, from the letter that I have songs that are titled from the letter A to the letter Z, also including some titles with numbers starting off from number 1 to the number 10. And I have that all the way from the year of, I meaning I had that in my possession when I was able to record my own music and keep it, meaning it didn't have to go to Baby, it didn't have to go to no one else. That started in 1999, 2000. So, Brett, I have A to Z, 1 to 10 from 2000.
Do you think that devotion, for example, I've talked to a lot of athletes, and the difference between an NBA player and someone who doesn't get to the NBA is at the end of the day, it's always about the amount of work they put in. It's the time, it's the effort, it's the devotion. Do you think that's part of it for you?
My time, my devotion, my effort that I put into this is a huge part of why I'm still here.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is I'm blessed. I'm blessed with a talent. I'm blessed with a natural talent, and also blessed with a natural passion and love for what I do. You know what I mean? That's why. That's the reason me working hard and going hard, and that, like me telling you I work all day and every day and go back to the studio. That's the reason why I'm still here. The reason why I'm here is totally just simple and plain a blessing.
Did you ever set goals? Like, I want a Grammy. I want an album to hit gold, to hit platinum.
Goals change. Goals change. So I never had some main thing that said gotta get there, because I was that goes that question that you asked me about people that motivate or inspire me around me, when I told you that maybe the big homies around me inspired me, and then I got to where they were at and was like, then what? Now what? So goals change. So like I said, when I had Big Brother Juvie with him, and Juvie would come out, solo album come out first, he go platinum first week, that's when your motivation is, okay, well, when my album come out, I need to go platinum first week, I need to go more than that. And so goals change. So yes, and I did hit those goals, by the way. And then, like I said, you at the skate park or something like that, I didn't land the board to bank. That goes my goal. Now I need to get that board to bank. I landed last night. Now we was going for out of the gap to bank, and I didn't land that. So now that's my next goal. So goals change, and I never made it one thing to say you got to get. This is my main goal. Nah.
Do you have a goal in music next? Nothing.
Whatever's the next thing, whatever's the next they can, if tomorrow something comes out that says you need to be this to be the number one person, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then do something else.
Did you ever, and I get this, in the early days, this is 20 years ago, I would be fearful that I would run out of ideas. And then it hit me, I'm never going to run out of ideas. It's never going to happen.
Impossible to. Impossible. I get headaches. I got to tell myself, stop. I got to cut on music. I got to run water. I got to start talking to somebody, because my mind won't stop thinking. I love my problem.
No, do you ever, the other fear I have is it's all going to go away.
Oh, Brent, it is. It is. That's why I use it up till that's why when it does go away, I don't want to look back and be able to say, I didn't get the most out of it. I didn't get, I didn't do the best I was able to do with this. I already know that I accomplished that way 1,000 years ago. Now that's why the answer is I'm still here, because now I'm just working it. I'm just
Wayne, some people, including myself, I'm definitely in this category. I'm motivated by all the people who just say, and it's not going to work.